So my original intention for the placement of this specific trail camera was to find a spot that was within a mile of where we were parking. I knew there wasn't going to be any elk in this area during hunting season, but I thought there was going to be deer and bear, black bear, because we had seen one earlier in the month, the weekend before the black bear season opened. So I wanted to see what was down there in this close area to the trailhead. So I'm going to play it for you, and I'm going to kind of narrate along and kind of just give you some context to what you're seeing. Alright, this is what I look like at the end of the last season. I kind of look like a hobo that hasn't eaten in a long time. There's a lot of hiking and a lot of elevation going up and down, up and down. Just kind of filming the game trails that were leading into this area. I don't think I'd never made this specific content here into a video. So here we are on September 20th, and we have our first doe. And another doe 2 days later. Still working those game trails that are right next to the creek. On the left side of the screen is a creek that runs all year long. There's another little one down there at the bottom of the screen. This is October 1st. This is 3:30 in the afternoon. We had two does there. There might be some more. Gonna work their way through it. This is at 6 o'clock in the evening on October 1st. Kind of chasing each other around there. Another little one comes in. What was surprising is there weren't very many bucks on film. There are some, and we'll get to those here in a minute or so. There's a lot of does running around. Another little one coming through. What's going to happen next? Okay, looks like we had some snow on October 11th. There's October 14th. There's still some snow. That would be first season rifle, the first week or first 2 weeks of October. Here we are on the 18th, so this would be maybe third season. I still think this is second season. Just some does milling around. There's one in the back left hopping over a downed tree. Another one in the back left going over a tree. This is a nice sized doe right here. Could definitely go back to this area and set up a blind or even a tree stand. Because here we're on October 18th, and we've seen probably the same group of does work in this area here. But if you're waiting for a buck, you're going to have to wait a long time and be patient. Here we are on October 20th, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the snow's starting to melt off. Snow's almost all gone on October 22nd. Couple running by, not sure where they were coming from. Snow's completely gone. I got 6 more cameras out in Wyoming, and I'm hoping that they have the temperature on them, outside temperature. Looks like we got some more snow. We got just one doe. Got another doe. There is a good buck, and I think I zoom in on it here and freeze frame it. That is a 4x3 or it's a 4x4. It's a decent sized mule deer for public land here. That one there was another one. I think he was just a 3x3. A little doe. There we go. Mountain lion number 1. Now there's 3 of them, and they follow the exact tracks. See his little tail hanging out there at the end? This is mountain lion number 2, even though it looks exactly like the previous clip. And mountain lion number 3. Now in this next one, you get to see them all together, so I'm not just making it out. I slowed it down, so on the right there, you can see the first one moving out of the clip there, and then there's the last 2 moving out. 3 good-sized mountain lions is really going to put a dent in your deer population. Now, out of nowhere comes bull elk in March. Here, I just reversed it back here a little bit. We'll see this guy again. There's several. There's like a bachelor herd that just moved in. And I brightened up the screen there to try to get a little better context to how big he is. I slowed it down here. He's probably 280 to 300 inch 6x6, this specific one here, but he just looks huge. I don't know if it was his winter coat, but he looked giant. Much different. I don't know what this is. Something was messing with the camera there. Looks like it had whiskers. Now this is a broken bull. I believe he would have been a 5x5. It's nice to see all these bulls made it through hunting season. So next year, if they go back to the same, I don't even know if these are the bulls that were there during hunting season. These bulls could have migrated 20 different, 20 miles to get to here. Here is a decent 6x6. I kind of paused the video there so you can see. It's a decent 6x6. Next year, if he made it through the winter, which I think he did, we didn't have too harsh of a winter. We had a pretty hard spring. But he would be a pretty good size, easily in the 300 inch range. That one there is the broken one. This might be the 6x6. They just milled around this area. Keep in mind, this is 1 mile from the trailhead at about 85 to 8,700 feet of elevation in March. They have not dropped their horns yet. You see off in the left, I kind of zoomed in, there's a bunch of antlers working their way across the creek there. That's a 5x5, I believe. Pretty cool to see this bachelor herd just coming in real close to the trailhead. One thing I did learn this season was I got to get my trail cameras up higher, because the elk for some reason love to mess with them. And if you go back even further in my videos to the preseason, I've got one that's like literally takes a strap in his mouth and starts pulling on it. There's some more racks working. Well, here we go. This is a little 4x4 who's also in this bachelor herd. See the one that messes my camera up? They really go after it. And keep in mind, no human has touched this thing since the previous September 2018. So it's not like I still had scent on it or anything, but they see it and they really get messing with it. 1, 2, 3. I think either a 4x4 or a 3x. No, 4x4 or 5x5. Because of this specific footage, I might not rule this area out. In one of my previous videos, I talked about some kind of illegal-ish activity that I ran into, baiting, and I called Colorado Parks and Wildlife to report the baiting. They showed very little interest. They had cameras over bait in this drainage. No interest at all. I met the guy that put the camera over the bait. He said he complained about the bait, and he said he saw the guys drive in with four-wheelers from the opposite side to put out these barrels of bait. Keep in mind, it's open range, but there has been cattle in this area for years. He said, screw it, I'm going to put a camera over it. The guy says it's for livestock. Parks and Wildlife says, oh, it's probably for livestock. Whatever, he's going to put a camera on there. I don't think it's unethical. It's technically against the rules. Whatever. Now, something I didn't post in here on this channel was the illegal log cabin that was built. A guy that hunts there a lot, I talked to him, he says he met the guys that built the cabin. They hunt first season rifle in this gulch, and we're sick of bringing in a big drop camp type situation, maybe a wall tent, I'm not sure, So they built a cabin and put an outhouse, and they had all sorts of illegal stuff up there. Kind of put a bad taste in my mouth because of all that shenanigans that's going on in there. But these big bulls here, they got to come from somewhere. They probably could have been definitely migrating out of the mountains. But I like to hunt Wyoming. I can only hunt in Wyoming every 2 years because it's gotten so popular. There's so many entries into the drawing that you now need 2 preference points to draw a general tag in Wyoming. So every 2 years I will be in Wyoming, and there will be 2 years that I will probably be hunting in Colorado. I am hunting in Colorado this year, rifle season. So I got 3 elk tags. Well, that's it for this video. We'll be, like I said, I've got 6 cameras that I just put out in Wyoming. It'll be interesting to see what's on those. I'm going to go in here in about 2 weeks to switch out all the cards, and I think I'm going to relocate 2 of them. Hope you liked the video. Goodbye.